So a long time ago, a few months, I made a video about para brains, but I forgot to explain what para peers are, and I'm mentioning this quite a lot. So it's a para peer. What is it? Okay, so this is something that I invented in this theory, so you wouldn't hear about it any other place. I don't think anyone else thought about it in a different name, because from what I understood, no one has made the same assumptions as I've made in this book, in this theory, and specifically that experience is fundamental. If anyone is making any assumptions about the psyche, they would at most say that consciousness is fundamental. But as I explained in too many videos already, there's a big difference between experience and consciousness, and it matters. Okay, so if you assume that experience is fundamental, you get to two conclusions that are necessary to understand what para brains are, the fact what they are and why they are possible. So the first thing is that free will exists. And why does it exist? When experience is fundamental, when nothing produces it, then it is causally independent from the body that affects it, and therefore the body cannot determine the will, the direction, the azimuth of experience. So experience has the capacity to be in different, to go in different directions, irrespective of the body. Different experiential movements. The second thing is that because experience is fundamental, then the body cannot produce experience, and therefore, if the body finds itself intersecting with a specific body, being that body or living according to its rules, then it is because the body compels experience to stay in it. It is not creating the experience, but it just makes it viable for experience. Think about it like you have like a birdhouse, and you make it very, very comfortable, and then the bird comes in and stays because it's comfortable. It's not because the birdhouse produced the bird. It's because the birdhouse is nice, so the bird stays. So in this case, the birdhouse is the body, and experience is the bird. Okay, so if you accept these two conclusions of the theory, then you get to this to understanding that. Okay, let me give you an example. Say you are in a crossroad and you have the possibility to go right or to go left. Now, you chose to go right. But the thing about having the choice to go right is that going left should have also been possible. And what do I mean by possible? I mean that you could have intersected with your body had you chose to go left. Again, we assume that free will exists, and therefore you make a choice. You can make a choice, unlike what many people argue, that there is no free will. The theory argues that there necessarily is. So you chose to go right, and another experiential agent, equally viable, would have been that he would have gone left. He, she, my case is a he. Okay, so we both agreed, the one, me, that chose to go right, and the experiential agent, the other experiential agent that would have chosen to go left, that had the intention to go left, all agree on the contents of the wakeful universe, and even on most of our corporeal body. We still have the capability to make different choices, or to want to do different choices, but it's only that I won, and this other guy didn't. So they exist, they intersect with reality, but they don't get to win, to make the decision, or not as dominant as I am. But because the reality they perceive is one way they chose to go left, and their brain also probably reflects their decision, desire to go left, which is different from my desire to go right. So we are two different experiential agents. We have different brains, but we are affecting the same corporeal body as far as everyone else knows. And this is what I call a power brain. The fact that all you have like these brains stacked along each other, like para brain, and each experiential agent in this power brain is what I call a power peer. It's a peer in this power brain structure, like metaphysical structure. And the idea is that basically the subconscious, this is how the subconscious comes to be. Subconscious is a collection of all those other experiential agents that try to become dominant, that try to be the conscious, that try and but aren't. They are subconscious, therefore. But there is something that tries to be them, and it's different from me. So this is how you get to a power peer. But then you get to something called a distributed power peer. And this distributed power peer is the realization that, yeah, we made a choice based on accepting the same corporeal body, trying to affect the same corporeal body. But what if this other experiential agent didn't try to influence the corporeal, my corporeal body, or identify itself with my corporeal body? What if it identifies itself with many other experiential agents, but only in another level of abstract and thoughts? Then you get to something that is a distributed power peer, and it has no body of its own, or corporeal body that it affects, not one, and it's generally distances itself from any association with a corporeal body. More, it would prefer abstracts and ideas, but its sway over a lot of experiential agents makes it makes a very compelling argument that this is what you'd call a god, at least, especially in the Judeo-Christian faith. One that is less about the corporeal aspects of God, but more about some kind of a spirit that is affecting the universe. And also, because of the other aspects of the theory, being in control of a lot of experiential agents is the same as being in control of the laws of nature. Now, this is too much to explain in one video. Yeah, you should just read the book, but yeah, should give you a good idea of what power peers are.